Oh my god, I'm live! Hey guys, it's Jessie. Yes, I am still alive. I have not dropped off the face of the planet, even though it definitely feels like it. So I posted my last video last Monday, and at that point I had already been sick for about a week. And now I have been sick for almost a whole nother week, but I'm finally feeling a lot better. I'm still coughing a little bit and I'm still a little sniffly, which you can hear, I'm sure, but I am feeling so much better, and I figured I would go ahead and film this today because I have a few new products that I have been so excited to try out, and I've had them for like a week and I haven't used them. And when I have new products sitting around that I can't play with, it just makes me very mad. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by priming with my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I don't know like what this is that I've had. It's pretty horrible. It's crazy because when it started, I initially thought I just had a sinus infection, which I get just about every year when the temperature changes and like the pressure drops. Like that's pretty common for me, but usually that clears up within a couple days. And this year I had like my normal sinus infection symptoms. I had like a runny nose and a sore throat for like 3 or 4 days. And then all of a sudden I was already feeling better, and then I started coughing, and so it just like moved into my chest. Hank, what do you want? It just moved into my chest, and it literally like sucked all the life out of me. I had a couple days where I like just didn't have any energy to get out of bed. So I don't know if it like morphed into a flu or what happened. I ended up just drinking a lot of water and taking a lot of vitamin C and drinking a lot of tea and just trying to like flush it out of my system. For foundation, I have the Maybelline SuperStay Full Coverage Foundation. I have been so excited about this for weeks. I've been looking for it everywhere. I finally found it at Ulta. But everyone has been talking about this, and I have really been looking forward to trying this out. One of the things I love about Maybelline is they keep their color names the same across most of their foundations. So I picked up the shade Natural Beige, which is the shade that I also have in the Fit Me foundation. And of course, this foundation has a pump, which is so exciting. It goes out a little slowly out of that pump, but it is a pump. Oh, and it's turned. I'm gonna use my Morphe M439 with this today. Right off the bat, this is a really full coverage without really like too much effort. It's really easy to put on. Okay, so this says that it's a full coverage foundation, up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, oil free, doesn't clog pores, dermatologist tested. It does feel really light on my skin, but it's definitely very full coverage, so I definitely like that. This color is a little dark for me, so I'm either going to tan or give this to my mom. Next, I'm gonna conceal with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I am so pumped for the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. It comes out tomorrow. I am gonna be #1 in line to buy that shit. I've been going back and forth about whether I'm gonna buy the matte foundation or the hydrating foundation because hydrating sounds like it's everything that I would like because my skin is kind of normal to dry. But I had tried the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation before, which I think is probably gonna be a similar formula. It's like that gel formula, and that foundation did not work on me and I returned it. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get the matte because everything I've seen online says that it is very full coverage. And you know I love that. Next, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury powder to set underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows with my little European Wax Center Browfection gel here. I talked about this in one of my last videos. And for my eyeshadow today, I have the Morphe 39A Dare to Create palette. I am also super excited about this. I have been watching this since it came out and going back and forth about whether I wanted to buy it or not. And then finally, I just was like, you know what? Just go ahead and buy it. So I did, and it just arrived. I'm sure you can tell on camera, it's massive. Like here it is compared to a normal Morphe palette. This is how much bigger it is. It's crazy. It has so many different pretty colors, and honestly, that's what ended up being the deciding factor for me about buying this, is because it had so many color shadows, and especially like these blues were really just calling out to me because I don't have a lot of blue shadows. So I'm gonna start with the shade Bare, and I'm gonna use that as my transitional shade. I love that there are bigger pans for the neutral colors and then the smaller ones for the like crazier colors. I dig it. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do today. I'm kind of playing this one off the cuff per usual, but I know I want to incorporate some of those blues in here. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Transitional, just as kind of a darker tone to that first neutral I put on. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the shade Indigo, which is this dark navy color. And I'm just gonna really start packing that in there. Ooh, look how pigmented that is. Oh yeah. This is so typical of me that I get a new palette, it has all these different colors, and I'm like, what's the craziest color in here? Because that's the one I'm gonna go to first. This color is a lot lighter when you put it on than it is in the pan. It is not as dark of a navy color when you actually put it on. I'm gonna take this little angled blending brush and just kind of work that into where I already have the shadow laid down to sort of blend that out a little bit more. That last brush I was using more to like pack the color in there. This will kind of blend everything out so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm gonna pick up this shade Dare Me, which is kind of a sparkly blue. And I'm just gonna pack that in my outer corner if I can. I'm also gonna put this in my inner corner. The only problem with this thing is holding it is very heavy. It's a little harder to hold on to. Next, I'm gonna take a clean blending brush. I'm gonna use a little bit more of that original Bare color, and I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit more. I feel like that blue has kind of taken over my face. Ow, I gotta put this down. Oh, I think I'm getting carpal tunnel. I'm gonna take a little bit of translucent powder and this little brush and just put some of that under my eye so that that doesn't go crazy running down my face while I continue to blend that out. For the center of my lid, I'm gonna use the shade Taylor. I'm gonna spray my MAC 242 brush with some Fix Plus. Next, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that indigo shade and put it back in that outer corner. And put a little in my inner corner as well. Then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more Taylor to just brighten up that center of my lid and blend everything together. Okay, I went ahead and did my eyeliner off camera. For mascara, I have another new product. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation mascara. I picked this up when I was at Ulta getting the Maybelline foundation the other day. It was sitting right there. I was intrigued. I got it. For my lower lashes, first I'm gonna go into that Bare shade. I was gonna use an eyeliner, but when I attempted to use that, my eye started watering. So not sure I'm quite ready for that yet. Just gonna throw some shadow in here and hope I can get through this. And pick up a little bit of the indigo shade and put that underneath and concentrate that more on the outer side of my eye. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and come back to my lower eyes later. I'm gonna let this kind of simmer down. I kind of irritated my eyes a little bit trying to do that, trying to do too much too soon. What else is new? I'm gonna use my Elizabeth Mott Whatup Beaches bronzer. I've kind of noticed that Charlotte Tilbury powder is really drying on me. I noticed this on New Year's Eve. I used it, and when I finished my makeup, I set my face pretty heavily, but when I finished my makeup, I had that like scaly thing like I get on my nose. It was like all up here, my nose in here, and the only thing I can think of is that I set it with that Charlotte Tilbury powder. So I'm a little concerned about that, because I really want to love that powder. I paid a lot of money for that powder, so I'm hoping that that's not the case, but I can see that it's like very dry through right here and a little patchy. I just noticed that, which is kind of what I was talking about with my nose. So I'm a little interested in that. For blush, I'm gonna use MAC Peaches to bring a little color back into my cheeks. For highlight, I'm gonna use my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. To line my lips, I'm gonna use my Huda Beauty Trendsetter lip liner. And over top of that, I want to keep my lips pretty nude since I've got a lot going on with the eyes. I want to keep the attention on my eyes. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick in the shade Buff. Okay, and here's the finished look. I was able to get a little bit of black eyeliner on my lower waterline, but my eyes are watering a little bit. I decided not to put any mascara on my lower lashes because I didn't want to irritate my eyes any more than necessary. So my first impressions of the Maybelline SuperStay foundation is that it's totally awesome. It does not feel like I have anything on my skin, especially with how full coverage this foundation is. It does not feel like it at all. It feels amazing. As far as the Morphe 39A palette is, I'm so excited to play with this some more. I am really happy with how this eye look turned out. It turned out kind of how I had imagined in my head. And these are the colors that I really wanted to play with first out of that palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this makeup look. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I'm on the mend and I will be back to my regularly scheduled videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.